Hey, what's up with y'all, man? It's Vazio Speaks Truth here to speak some truth. Hey, they say, man, you outside in the dark again. They say you out here again in the dark. Yeah, man. Hey, long productive day again, shit done, man. Long productive day again, shit done, man. And we still showing up, man. No matter what time it is, no matter how late we get home, man. Still showing up, do what we gotta do, man. And man, that reminds me of something, man. That reminds me of something. It reminds me of what we gonna be talking about today, man. We gonna be talking about, man, always keep your faith no matter how tough life get, no matter how life look right now, no matter if you believe life is going in your favor or not, because I guarantee you it is, man. I guarantee you it is. Don't be so quick to give up and just go back to what's comfortable and what you always knew just because life get hard after you get on your path, you know? Don't be so quick to give up and go back to your old life just because it gets a little tough and it gets a little uncomfortable. Don't be so quick to go back to your old life just because stuff is not happening as quick as you might want or quick as you might think it should be happening. Because your timing is not always Spirit's timing. Your timing is not always God's timing. Your timing is not always the universe's timing. And being on this path, man, or just being on any path, whether you're on a spiritual path, whether you're on a path to being an entrepreneur, whether you're on the path of going to the NBA, you want to go to the league, you know what I'm saying? Like, your timing is not always going to be God's timing, the universe timing, Spirit's timing. It's not always going to line up with how you believe and how you want it to line up. And that's perfectly fine, man. Man, let me tell y'all something. Every single time I just stuck with it, man, and stuff started seeming like, man, it was just falling apart and it just wasn't going in my favor. And every time I asked for a new blessing, and I know my intentions is pure and I know my intentions is right, and I'm like, man, I'm gonna get this thing, man, and I go after it, and then shit seemed like it just started falling apart. And then I start catching myself like, man, why it get so hard after I get on this path? Shouldn't it be easier? You know what I'm saying? Shouldn't it be easier? Because, you know what I'm saying, I'm doing the right thing and I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Why it seem like it's getting harder? But the answer is, man, it shouldn't get easier. It should not get easier. It should not just start going in your favor just because you want it to be. You want it to go in your favor. It should not. And the funny thing about it is, it actually is it going in your favor, but you just can't see it right now. You just can't see it right now. 333. You just can't see right now that it's going in your favor. But the reason why it gets hard is because the version of you that has obtained that goal, the version of you that has made it to the league, the version of you that has grown this and is running this successful growing business, this very profitable, you know what I'm saying, wealthy, abundant business, the version of you that's the best, just the best version of you, man, however that looks for you. Do you think the best version of you is, you know what I'm saying, got it easy? Do you think the best version of you never had to go through nothing? Do you think the best version of you never had to stay up late and put in the extra grind, put in the extra work, even when they didn't feel like it, even when they was tired, even when they felt like they had no fight left in them and they had to find that fight in them? You think they got there by not doing that, by not doing all that, by not going through that process? They had to go through all that to get there, to get up there to the top, man. They had to go through all that to obtain their goals. And that version of you, man, that's you right now. That's you right now. And you might be like, man, how is that me right now? It's you right now because, man, everything always is in existence in the present moment. The highest version of you, it exists right now, man. Time, as in it being past, present, and future, doesn't exist, man. Time goes in cycles. Time, man, once you get to a certain level of, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna get into all of it in this video, but long story short, man, the higher and higher up you go in consciousness, we tend to not need certain things. We tend to not need time. We tend to not need, you know what I'm saying, like love and light, like outside of ourselves. We generate that within. You know what I'm saying? This is how manifestation works. We generate it from within. As within, so without. So the version of you that exists right now, you have to embody it right now. You have to be that right now because it already exists within you right now. And it exists somewhere in another timeline right now. But what you're doing when you embody it, you emerging with it. You know what I'm saying? That's you right now. With whatever choice that you, whatever, every single outcome of the choices you make, whatever choices that you can possibly make from here on out, that outcome exists. There's a universe that exists with that outcome. So you have to make the choices that align with your highest outcome. And the choices that you have to make, man, is not going to be easy to align with your higher self, to align with your highest self. It's not going to be easy, but you got to know that, man, you already did it, man. And if that version of you exists, then 10 times out of 10, you know what I'm saying, you have the power to do that. You have the power to get up and do everything you possibly can to be that higher version, the highest version of yourself. So, man, if you're going through challenges right now and you trying to understand why it's getting so harder, and it's getting so harder because you know what I'm saying, you trying to become your highest self and your intentions is pure and your intentions is right, and you know you got a high calling on this earth, you know what I'm saying, to better the world, better humanity, to better yourself. Understand that before it gets easier, it's going to get harder. Understand that you might go through some challenges and you might be like, man, I done been through a lot, man. And guess what? That might not even be it. You might have to go on another whole 2-3 more years of a painful journey just to get to where you think that you're gonna be, you know what I'm saying, going up and elevating. And then once you get to that point, you're gonna have to do something else to go up, and then finally start elevating, and then finally start seeing some progress. You know what I'm saying? And not saying that it's always gonna happen that slow, or it's always gonna take that long. But what I'm saying is, man, the highest version of you, man, has, man, you know what the highest version of yourself looks like. You know what I'm saying? Strong, impeccable boundaries. You know what I'm saying? Like, strong, impeccable boundaries, man. It takes some pain. It takes some suffering, man. It takes some grief. It takes a whole lot for a person to have unbreakable boundaries. You think somebody is just born with unbreakable, impeccable boundaries? You know what I'm saying? And they just like that, and they didn't have to go through nothing. They didn't have to get betrayed a million times. They didn't have to get backstabbed a million times. They didn't have to, you know what I'm saying, be dealing with all these untrustworthy people for their entire life. You know what I'm saying? Till they finally said, man, you know what? I'm not dealing with this shit no more, man. I'm not dealing with it no more. And these are my boundaries, and I'm standing on them. They had to go through that, man. And they had to alchemize that into into love, into a into better, man. And not only that, but let go of it, man, and not hold on to all that pain and all that grief and all that trauma and all that betrayal, man. Because the highest version of you doesn't do that. The highest version of you know what I'm saying, release all that out of love. You know what I'm saying? And they moving on with their life and they going up. So just remember, man, to keep going, man, on this journey, man, to always keep your faith, man. Every time the journey for me got hard, I'm gonna let y'all in on a little experience, man, that I've had. You know what I'm saying? Man, I know I have a higher calling on this earth. You know what I'm saying? On this journey, and I know everything that I need to do. And once I started doing it, man, shit just started getting thrown my way, man. Like everybody, I lost everybody I had in my life, man. I'm talking about I done lost all my friends. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about I done lost every single friend I had. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about, man, I done been backstabbed and betrayed, man. And man, relationships. You know what I'm saying? Man, I done had to go through some shit, man. And it's like, once I finally said, you know what, man, I don't care how much I go through because I know it's building me into a better person. And I know that in the long run, it's going to benefit me to be going through all this. And I'm going to keep my faith and I'm going to trust in the universe's timing. I'm going to trust in God's timing. I'm going to trust in Spirit's timing. And I'm going to keep going. And I'm talking about immediately after that, man, I got clarity and I started seeing progress. Not, you know what I'm saying, no like life changing super progress, but like it's just progress to let you know that, man, as long as you keep your faith when times get hard, man, you gonna make it through. I'm telling you, man, you gonna make it through, man. So remember to always keep your faith, man, when shit get hard, because man, you can make it through that, man. And you meant to make it through that, because you wouldn't have even started embarking on this journey, and you wouldn't even be envisioning your higher self, man, the highest version of yourself. If it wasn't possible, man, you wouldn't do it, man. You see all these, you see it. I know you see it. All these people walking around, man, and when they see, they might see a supercar, they might see a a $1 million car riding down the street. They like, and they say something like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, they must be lucky, or you know what I'm saying? I wish if only this, if only that. You know what I mean? It must be nice. And you over here thinking, man, I'm gonna get me one of them one day. That's your sign right there. That sets you off. That sets you that sets you apart from all them other people that have got them negative beliefs and them limiting belief 1333 on the timer, man. They got all them limiting beliefs and they don't believe in themselves, and they just gonna settle for the life they living, going to clock in at 9 to 5 and dealing with all them toxic people and all that negativity. That right there lets you know that you are set out so different than the rest of the average people out here in this world. So you have to know that, man. Just that alone sets you apart. So the fact that you even got that thought right there lets you know that, man, that's meant for you, man. You meant to get that. You didn't start hating on no people, man, but just because they got something nice, you let it motivate you and you let it spark something in you to where, like, man, okay, I want to become the highest version of myself. So just know that it's possible, man. And when shit get hard, once you start embarking on that path, man, you can do it, man. Just keep your faith and let the universe know, let yourself know that you trust yourself and you trust God and you trust the universe, and watch and see if you don't start, you know what I'm saying, being guided and assisted and on your path, man. I know you gonna feel it, man. I'm telling you, you gonna feel it, man. And when you do, you gonna know, man, that this is meant for you and you gotta keep going, man. All right. So That's it for this message, man. Make sure y'all like and subscribe, man. This Vazio Speech Truth. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one.